Pepe family, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. Thank you for all your support. It means the world to me. I know, I haven't discussed, Pepe with you guys, in some time. It's been about 2 weeks. Don't forget that, I always still think about the Pepe family. It's just that it's really, really hard for me to, crunch in all these updates because, I am quite busy recently. But, I am going to try my absolute best to, get back on schedule and give you guys, the Pepe updates you deserve. So, thank you for all your support. The people that are still here, love you all. You guys are amazing. So looking across the board, as we are going into Monday morning, we are starting to see some coins in green. At the same time, some coins are in red. And speaking about green, we are seeing our friend Pepe up 1.6%. Always great to see Pepe making moves. So as far as the price is concerned, 83.07, still 5 zeros in front of the price, up 1.7% in USD, up 3.2% in Bitcoin and Ethereum comparative. Market cap at $3.5 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume just shy of 400 million. Before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. Holder count 428,700 holders. Nothing new when it comes to new holders coming on board with Pepe. We know about that. We've discussed that hundreds of times. And, this is just one of the very, many examples of that. So that's great to see. Of course, you're starting to see, accumulation continuously happening for, Pepe. On-chain data doesn't lie. It's right in front of us, and we are obviously heading towards, a big milestone, which is 500,000. And I think, we will get there, this year. So that's great, of course. But if you're looking at, the total meme coin market here, over the last, I would say, 7 days, we started to see the market kind of tumbling back towards the downside for a lot of coins. But believe it or not, I'm starting to focus on the meme coin market once again. There's a lot of different memes, even the OG ones are picking up steam. And I have this gut feeling, of course, right now, we need to understand dominance is still quite high. People don't understand the importance of the dominance index. People are very, very quick, to talk about what was happening at the beginning of the year, what was happening in late quarter four of last year. Let me take you guys back down memory lane. I don't want you guys on the Crypto ZX channel. We want to not be forgetting this. So here, let's actually just take you guys down memory lane. Look at where we were for the dominance in December. Look at that. Look at that, guys. In December, we were at 54.6%. Even at the beginning of the year, around 59%. So that's a big difference, guys. That's a major, major difference in the dominance. That pretty much means, from December 6th, we have seen more than 10% increase for the dominance, which means more than 10% of the money, has shifted into Bitcoin. That is not something that we want to be ignoring. So as far as, Pepe's presence is concerned, again, in terms of slowing down, I don't really think it's slowing down by any means. While we are coming out of such an uncertain, major uncertainty, you still have seen Pepe accumulation not changing. And, the overall presence it has for itself, within the ranks, it's still ranking as a top third. Trump coin did take over a little bit, but Pepe has claimed itself back up to that, to that third spot. So the presence itself is there, and I do believe that flippening is gonna happen. I still stick to my overall take. I think that flippening is coming for Pepe. Look which coin is trending. Pepe is trending. Why is that the case? Because of course there is a lot of interest. I do personally believe we're gonna see a shift. What I mean by the shift is, of course, when you start to see maybe Bitcoin, kind of slowing down, dominance starts pulling down, and when you really do see a meme coin explosion, I do personally think some of the new kids that's on the block are really gonna battle it out. We haven't really seen anything big coming on the market pretty much since Trump and millennia, meta. But I do believe there is going to be something big coming, in the near future. I have a very strong feeling. We're going to obviously take it one step at a time. And then I think that could really kickstart, something once again. So That's great. Of course, if you're looking at dominance, as I stated to you guys before, it has been pulling down, but it's still really, really high. BTC, on the other hand, saw a little bit of a pullback, but we're still in the 23.6. In a grand scheme of things, Bitcoin is in the safe zone. As you guys know, I love the 23.6. This is the zone where I remain bullish, and I am bullish on the market. If you're looking at Pepe's price right now, I have no idea where the trend lines have gone that I had drawn here. Like, I'm actually so confused. Let's take a look at it on, I'll fix that for the next update. So, just bear with me on that for, this update. I will fix that for the next update, with the trend lines. I remember having those here. But anyhow, if you're looking at Pepe's price, on the daily time frame, of course, we pretty much had, our retest down to the likes of 52.68 back in March. We were very close, on, what we've been discussing, on the price. Well, you can see this for yourself. Since then, we did see a beautiful bounce. So we're talking about a 80s, almost a double, since then. Obviously seeing a little bit of a pullback. Where did we get stopped at? 98.64, just below the psychological price point, which obviously knocks another zero out of the price. So, of course, I'm not surprised at the fact that, we got, rejected at that range. That is a resistance, as we can see for ourselves. But, nice healthy correction. With the way, obviously the dominance index is looking, with the way things are moving, it's still really nice. A lot of people are going to forget, it is up 87% from March levels, which again is something I don't want you guys to be forgetting. I like what I'm seeing here. One step at a time though. Obviously, once we break out of that 0.0001 zone, I think, things can really start kicking up to, the 1200-ish zone. But right now, that is the target we really need to break out. Let me know down below what you guys think. Thank you for all your support. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.